Hey guys, Uncle Ray. Welcome to another episode of the Crypto Bellwether. The goal of this channel is to get you in that group of people that make money. Over 90% of everyone investing in crypto lose money, and we want to change that. Now, I have a financial background, and I do my deep dives for me, and I share with my community. So I don't always tell you what you want to hear, but I tell you what you need to hear. Now, I'm extremely bullish. But I couldn't sleep the other night, and I got my brain thinking. You know, most projects, especially your favorite project, your tribal project, has been going down since January for the entire year. But people keep pumping those tomorrow. Now, crypto is definitely volatile. But I started thinking, I wonder what it would look like if I just went in and started January 1 and said, I'm going to go find the cleanest charts. So that's kind of what I did. And it's amazing how beautiful some of these charts are that no one talks about these projects. No one. Now, why is that, guys? Because the projects I am talking about doesn't move the needle for your channel. That's one thing people don't understand. Only in crypto do people care about growing their channel more than they care about telling you to buy a good project that will actually maybe change their life. They just want to tell you a sexy story that makes you think you're going to change your life. So if you're tired of all the BS, I'm going to show you some projects that I think everyone should take a look at. Now, I am a fundamental guy. I need my fundamentals to match my chart. I primarily short, and I think that's the best way to make money in crypto. However, I do use charts, especially when I zoom out and see what I'm dealing with, right? So anyway, I want to walk you through these charts, and I think it will catch you off guard. It definitely caught me off guard. Now, before we dive into it, I'm going to take a look at where Bitcoin is and where I think we are right now. So hit the like button, and let's dive into it. All right. Did I say hit that like button? All right, this is Bitcoin dominance. Guys, Bitcoin dominance is not going down. Altcoin season is not around the corner. There's some alpha for you. Think back to all the people that have told you, got you all FOMO'd up all through this cycle. It's altcoin season. It's altcoin season. You better buy now. Guys, be careful who you listen to. I'm not saying listen to me, but guys, what we say does have an impact on people's thought process. And some people just know that if they want to grow their channel, for example, just sell the FOMO, sell the most popular projects like CNN. Just spin it to meet your narrative, to make your community happy. Those are the people you want to watch out for. So anyway, altcoin season is not around the corner. Now, here's others against Bitcoin. So this is the top 10 minus Bitcoin. So the average altcoin is in this. Guys, it's not going to stop going down according to the channel. And see, if you look at this channel right here, it's probably going to go back down to where it was last year. Now, and that's just an educated guess. Here is total 3 minus USDT and USDC. So this is pretty much all of the altcoins that you own compared to Bitcoin. Now, I drew this top yellow channel maybe a month ago, and I said I thought we were going to, if we broke it, we'd go to this one. And if we broke that, I think we're going to get in this channel, maybe go to here. I think we're going lower, which honestly, if you have a really solid project, in my opinion, that you have high conviction in, and you're going to hold until altcoin season, whether we have one or not, which I believe we will, it might not be a bad time to start, dabbling a little bit, but I believe we're probably going lower. Now, when I look at Bitcoin right here, if you watch this channel at all, every time Bitcoin starts to make a new all-time high, getting anywhere close, I start to short. I always short the pumps. And I believe if you look at this channel, that Bitcoin is not going to break out of that channel. And if it does break out of that channel, I think it'll be a fake out because a lot of people would get washed out. So I'm looking to short Bitcoin right here. Now, that doesn't mean I'm bearish. Guys, that's just a scalp trade on shorting. I can't be more bullish. But with all the craziness in the world right now and what just happened last weekend when we did this washout and then we pumped for 2 or 3 days straight, now these people who bought are taking profits. That's how they lure us in. I don't want to get sidetracked. But again, guys, let's dive into a multitude of charts. I think there's like 14 charts. I tried to keep it down, but I threw in a couple extra that I found interesting. So we're going to take a look at a lot of projects. Now, I am not here to insult or make anyone cry. You know, I know how people get their panties in a wad when you say anything about their favorite token, which is half the problem. The people that get irritated or get their panties in a wad, those are the ones that are probably going to be in that 90% club because they love everything but truth about their investments, which is bizarre. All right, Aerodrome. I'm stacking, so I'm bullish. But look at that chart, guys. That's been brutal and painful, depending on when you bought it. Well, I've already bought it and sold it more than once. But guys, is that the chart you want to jump into? Just straight across the board as far as a chart. That's all I'm talking about. Now, I know the ICP community. Is that, when you zoom out, forget that you love the tech and all that. As a chart, is that something you, if your stockbroker, your financial planner, set you down and said, I'm going to show you some investments, and pulled out that chart, what would you say to him? But yet people think it's going to go to the moon. Well, the technicals say different. All right. XLM, one of the Dino tokens, they all look the same. I didn't want to pull out XRP because I get tired of the whiny babiness. But it basically looks the same. It pumps, it dumps, it pumps, it dumps, and it pumps, and it dumps. Is it going to pump again? Maybe. But guys, this whole video is to get you to zoom out. Are you here for the money? Are you here for the tribalism? Are you here for the higher risk? Because guys, charts like ONDO, which is not a chart that I'm showing you, it's still volatile. It's doing better, and it is a great project. But I wanted to show you projects that haven't been as volatile. Now, I think anyone buying ONDO anywhere close to 50 cents is going to do extremely well. I'm extremely bullish, but that's not the chart I want to show you. Here's the type of charts I want to show you. Look at this. Hyperliquid. Making a new all-time high in this craziness. And this pullback right here only came from an issue that they had. It wasn't a direct hack, but it was a hack in the ecosystem, right? And it's making a new all-time high. What a beautiful chart. But look at this, and I'm just going to rush through these. Most people have never heard of this project, Saurus. Look at the chart, guys. Beautiful. Look at this chart, Maple Finance. Beautiful. Look at this chart, Gate. And it's an exchange. It doesn't get much better than that. BitGo, or BitGet, another exchange. Beautiful chart. Look at this, Maple Finance, or did I already say that? Yeah, I put that in there twice. But look at that, guys, beautiful. OKB, which is an exchange. Guys, this has been a beautiful, here's this cycle. It's just been going up, up, and up. No one talks about it. Did I put Maple Finance in there 3 times? I did. All right, I almost didn't put this one in there, but I wanted to bring this one to your attention because this basically is a project that got basically got rebranded, and now it's tokenized assets. And yes, it got a little carried away, but guys, that's a good looking chart. And I think you might want to take a look at it because it's about to make, it was testing its all-time high. Now, Sky Finance, again, not the chart I really wanted to, and I'll zoom back out, but this is a project that I believe DeFi is going to be big. And this is a new project that has never experienced a bull run in DeFi, and I think it's about to make a new all-time high. Qcoin, another exchange, but guys, look at here's the cycle. If you started buying like 2 years ago, what a beautiful chart, right? SUI, beautiful chart. Now, what's the biggest thing all of these projects almost have in common? New projects, never experienced a bull run. That's the projects that make the most money. Gives you the highest probability, guys. But think about it, guys. Those are beautiful charts. A lot less headache. Now, there's still great projects that I'm investing in, but I just wanted to put something in your mind for you to think about, right? Because, I personally struggle when a project rips to an all-time high like the Dino tokens and then they crash 50, 60, 80% because there's a part of me that says, hey, that may have been their run for the cycle. But either whether I'm right or wrong, my risk level goes up immensely. Now, that being said, guys, if you're not taking profits, you're going to become the profits, right? We may or may not have an altcoin season. I believe we will. I don't think it's going to look like what we think, and I think it's going to be extended. However, every single person that I know that is doing well in this cycle have all been taking profits along the way. If you don't take profits, you're going to become profits. Look at the Dino tokens. Not harping, not FUD, just a reality. They all rip. You got a 5 or 6x across the board. HBAR, XLM, XRP, and every one of them crashed 50 to 80%. Why do you want to ride that train? Guys, they don't just keep going up. They always come back until we're in altcoin season, and then they're going to come back, but they can go up longer, right? Guys, if you need some help with your portfolio, I have a 3 Zoom call package. I have a portfolio package. It's a course with 18 videos and a Zoom call where we go through your portfolio. We get you a game plan. It answers all the questions about dollar cost averaging in and out. Talks about the importance of understanding tokenomics and market cap, which for some reason people want to say that that's not relevant. But it's relevant, guys, when you start thinking that some of these projects are going to have more value than Google, Microsoft, and, Amazon. And some of them think it's going to be more valuable than all those put together. It's nonsense, guys. Market cap matters. Tokenomics matter. Anyway, that's all in the portfolio course when we look at your portfolio. Now, I also have a shorting course, which I believe is one of the best I've ever seen. I'm very proud of it. It works for me, and it seems to be working for a lot of people. Not financial advice, but I personally think everyone needs to learn to short because pick any of these charts, right? Let's go back to XLM. Look at that. They go way down a lot more than they go up. Anytime you get a big green candle in any of these things, get ready to get short, guys. The money's going to be made in the bear market. I really believe that. But anyway, I don't want to harp on it. But if you need some help, guys, reach out. Now, whether you take me up on that or not, remember this. We had a sign over the door at one of the firms I used to work for, and it said, if the majority were right, the majority would be rich. And I've never seen a larger amount of people, tribal people, be so wrong and just spread misinformation and lies among each other. It's bizarre. It's literally, crypto should be called CNN of assets because 90% of it is just spun to meet a narrative to grow people's channels. Anyway, guys, I'm extremely bullish. But take a look at some of these projects, especially like Maple, BitGet. You know, these exchanges make a ton of money. So it's just common sense, just like Binance, just like Coinbase, when this market really heats up. And whether we have altcoin season or not, the big boys are here to play, buy, sell, trade every day with market makers and hedge funds and all of that. So the profit these exchanges are going to make is off the charts. And I believe the projects that are going to make it, I believe 99.9% of these are going to disappear. But the ones that are not going to have a big future as far as an investment are the utility tokens that don't make any money. What value does something have when you take away the speculation? Speculation's not going to last forever. But when you speculate on something like BitGet and it makes billions of dollars a year compared to a utility token that might not even make 10,000 a month, which is won't even support one developer, which one do you think is going to have a value? One day, the world is going to understand how to value crypto, and the projects that don't make any money to feed their ecosystem and support themselves, they're not going to have a future. They may stick around. They may run payments. They may run tokenized assets. They may get used a lot, but that doesn't mean they're going to be an investment. Guys, go back and study 2000.com bust or bubble. That's what you're going to see in crypto. And the only reason I harp on that stuff is, guys, I want you to take profits. Because if you're hodling, that means you think cryptos are like stocks. They're commodities. Most of them are like commodities. Not to mention Wall Street's here, guys. And we're going to start trading tokenized tokens, right? Instead of buying, say, XLM or HBAR, you're going to be buying like the Stargate, what is it? Stargate, StarX token, where you can invest in, what is it? I can't think of Elon's company, SpaceX. You can buy, right now, they're launching on Solana. I'm going to do a video on it. You can buy SpaceX tokenized, and it's a private company. I don't know how all that's going to play out, but the future is changing, guys. And a lot of these projects that you may think are going to change the world are going to keep pumping. They're just going to disappear. And people are going to start buying ETFs. And the ETFs are going to probably not be like Solana or just Ethereum or just XRP. It's going to be a basket. The biggest ETF probably outside of Bitcoin will probably be a basket with, say, Ethereum, 20% Ethereum or 50% XRP and 5% Solana. And honestly, I really believe, and I know I'm rambling, I'm going to stop, is that I believe that the future, you just make your own token, your own basket. They'll do it for you, but you'll call up your exchange or whoever you deal with and say, hey, I want to buy an ETF token, or I want to buy a token and I want it to be split this way. It can have gold, it can have Tesla, it could have crypto. You just tokenize it, boom, and it has a value. All right, guys, I didn't mean to get on the rant, but hopefully this makes sense to you. But guys, compare these projects, and you might not pick the one that's the most tribal, that has the most fake. All right, guys, take care.